For years, these brothers have been told to shut up, take blame, we don't want you, we don't need you, now clean up. This has been ongoing for 40 to 60 years, and we're just now seeing the consequences firsthand of the deprioritization of the young black male child. People expect these children to grow up, do a heel turn, and reach back to help the same communities that deprioritize them. People need to understand the optics of what they're asking for and consider these brothers' positions. These millennial, zillennial, and Gen Z brothers aren't going for the same shit that previous generations of men went for. See, a lot of the conversation has become disingenuous because the entire premise that black men aren't mentoring black boys is a complete lie. These men are already mentoring black boys. I've talked to several of them. They are helping wherever they can. People just want to put constraints on mentorship, view it in a silo, and only consider it one singular thing. When mentorship is really a spectrum, and there's no one size fits all, and men specialize on different ends of the spectrum. Me personally, my strength is in career mentorship. I'm in tech as a senior software engineer. I've helped dozens of men in their tech careers, from breaking into tech to showing brothers how to navigate the space, to showing brothers how to build relationships and connections, how to job hop, how to negotiate salaries, how to write resumes, how to build portfolios, how to prepare for technical interviews, data structures and algorithms, etc. I'm damn near a full-time mentor because I build long-lasting friendships with the people whom I mentor, and I try to talk to them on a weekly basis, coaching them, giving them career advice every step of the way. I feel the need to put those things out there because I highly doubt a lot of the people with the loudest voices on this topic have done a single positive thing for black men. This is all moral grandstanding and virtue signaling for Twitter. A lot of the conversation on Twitter today has essentially been people just talking in circles. You mentioned that we should address the source, they dismiss that and tell you to mentor the kids. You then tell them that that's already happening. What about the source? Guess what they tell you? They accuse you of centering the conversation around women. Everything is to deflect against making the simple, most obvious observation is that we should turn the tap off. It's the most bizarre thing to watch. These men completely shut their brains off when you acknowledge that mentorship is a good thing. Men are open to it, but we should also shut the tap off. Once you suggest that the tap should be shut off, they will go into a complete spiral. One of the more ironic things I've noticed is how little the self-interests of black men matter to these people during these conversations. They essentially just expect black men to be perpetual servants for the black community, put themselves and their own self-interest aside to serve the community all day. And if you don't, they'll shame you for it. Rather, if you don't do it in the way they want you to do it, it's not valid to them. You see, the core of this issue is single motherhood, which is the cause for the need of outsourced mentorship. It's okay to mentor black children. Most of us on this side do it in one way or another. You see, a lot of these brothers are not even against mentorship. We are just using this conversation as an opportunity for us to address the cause and hold these women accountable who are calling for mentorship. Anytime you try to have a nuanced conversation, suggest that women play a role, the conversation is met with extreme vitriol, anger. Anytime black women are held accountable in any capacity is where people usually draw the line. They say, whoa, 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 let's not do that. Productive black men are tired of being punching bags for the issues of the black community. And we're trying to point out that the issue is coming from bad mate selection from black women. A lot of the men feel tapped out and feel severely deprioritized, disenfranchised by the same communities that are calling for their help. This generation of men are one of the first generations of men to openly say that they are not willing to be servicemen for the communities that have failed them. And it's a very valid perspective that should be acknowledged instead of shoved to the side with a dismissing tone. When this perspective is shared, it's usually met with dismissing language like, well, check this out. Black women do not want to pick better mates, so why don't you just keep mopping? You see, the source of the issue continues to be ignored and never addressed. Today, you guys have come face to face with the uncomfortable reality that a lot of productive Black brothers are checking out. I talk to these brothers. They are tired of being deprioritized by society while simultaneously being told to uphold it. They are tired of being told that their position in the world is to become, and once they become, they have to be a cleanup man for Keisha. A lot of these brothers did not receive the same mentorship that you are trying to burden them with providing for kids that aren't theirs. And for once, the shaman language is not working on these brothers. They are strong in their convictions and have decided to turn their backs on the same community that never accepted them and never helped them in the first place. These brothers are starting to realize that it's okay to put yourself and your family first. Shocker, right? The same Black man who has been disenfranchised and deprioritized has decided to be selfish and prioritize himself and his immediate family over everyone else. Absolutely insane. Who would have thought that these men have feelings, emotions, and mattered? Who would have thunk it? A lot of these brothers have decided that the solution is checking out completely. They are securing their own woman, they are securing their kids, and they are prioritizing their own households. Some of these men are 100% content with taking their wealth to other communities, other countries, and building parallel societies without Keisha. Either way, they're checking out.